Good morning, my beautiful followers. We are at the park today. It is super windy, so got my headphones in, but it is a gorgeous day. And so a little while ago, I got off of a Zoom call about law of attraction. It was an amazing event, just kind of listening and experiencing. It was a really pretty profound event. And in this event, the leader talked about how both parties need to be in the love relationship. Both parties need to be in the love relationship. And then he talked about it's the same way that our spirit, God, whatever source, light, whatever you want to name it, because in truth, I really don't care what you label it, God, source, light, and ourselves are in the same relationship. And this is the exact mirror to our relationships in our human world. And not just our romantic relationships, but all our relationships, our children, our family, our friends. This divine romantic mirror is truly what we are living through. And so this is going to be a little abstract today, but hang in there with me. And I promise we will get to the point. And so I want you to think about law of attraction. If you want to think about source, God, and how if we're not open, if we're really shut down, if we're really closed, we're not going to get anything. We're not going to receive what we're desiring. We'll get stuff, but we're going to receive the things we don't want. We're going to receive that energy we're putting out. So if we're putting out a closed energy, what we're going to get back is a closed energy. And years ago, and I've reread it since, but years ago I read this book called The Divine Romance. I forget the exact author. I promise I'll put the link. But it was an amazing book, and it was about God and how He is wanting us to want Him. He is wanting us to step into the relationship. He is wanting us to step into love with Him or her. And how this really mirrors our romantic relationships and all our relationships. In truth, there is our love. There is this very energetic love that we can have. And then there's the other person and their love or their energy. But then there is this other piece. And this is the piece of our relationship. It is the entity of a relationship. And usually, if both parties are not in that entity, actually engaging in that relationship, not with the love within. Yes, you can send beautiful love to people, but in this world, we also need to be in the relationship. And right now, we can love somebody from an energetic standpoint. However, if we are not actually engaging in the relationship itself, it will crumble. It will crumble because we are humans. So that love entity will crumble. Not saying that your love for somebody, that energetic space will crumble, but the relationship entity itself will crumble eventually if the love is not engaged in on both sides. So this is not saying that we always have to be 50-50 with those in our lives with relationship. This is not a let's count all the ways and things and times that I've loved you or you've loved me or we've engaged in that. It really more is a fluid process. So sometimes we're 70-30, sometimes we're 50-50, sometimes it's 40-60. We're always in this flow. However, if one person is consistently putting more time, love, attention, effort, inquiry, because inquiry in truth is a space of curiosity and childlike wonderment. It is getting into that relationship, wanting to be curious about that other person. If we're not in that process, what ends up happening is the relationship will die. Just like if we continue to pull away from source, from God, from again, whatever you want to call it, what ends up happening is we lose that connection. We start to lose that connection. We feel this shutdown. The connection is still there. That love is still there on the other side. We're just not open to it. We're just not open to receiving it. We're not open to dealing with the issues. Yes, we have issues with our spiritual entities. We have issues there. Okay, we are human. We have egos. If we are not in communion with Source, with God, with light, what ends up happening is we lose that divine romance. We lose the love entity. That's not to say that Source doesn't love us. It's that we are close to it. We're closing off. We're backing away from this entity, this piece. And a lot of times those are through exits. If you talk to anybody who is a mago therapist, they will talk about exits. And we exit relationships all the time. And most of us don't even realize where we truly are exiting a relationship. What do I talk about exiting a relationship? This doesn't necessarily mean physically leaving. Oftentimes, exiting a relationship is just getting too busy to deal. It is the activities. It's the, oh my goodness, I forgot. It's the distraction. It's the phone. I have my phone in my hand, so I can't use my phone to mimic, but like it's the phone on your hand, it's the half presence. Those are all exiting strategies, and a lot of times we don't even realize we're doing it. We will half listen, or we won't be fully present with our energy. We exit relationships by just, again, being too busy, not making time, not putting the energy in. I hear my couples all the time, the woman or the man will say, hey, I'm just so busy with work, or I gotta take the kids to this activity and that activity and that activity. And then, yes, it is a valid excuse. And the fact is, most exits in relationships are valid. They are valid. They feel very valid. But the fact is, when we really get down to it, many of those exits are just ways of avoidance, just ways of escaping. We do the same thing in our relationship with God, with our relationship with our children, with our relationship with our friends, family, romance. It doesn't matter. Everything is a relationship. And so we exit those places too. So how many times do your kids want to talk to you and connect with you? And all of a sudden you have all this stuff to do, or you're really engaged in your computer. Well, guess what? That's an exiting strategy. Now, sometimes we really are busy. We do have things going on. So that's not to say that we need to stop our lives for all these other relationships. But it is really looking at yourself, really stopping and going, am I trying to avoid something? What am I trying to avoid in this relationship? What am I trying to avoid feeling, knowing, experiencing, opening to? Where is it coming from a space of fear? Because our exits come from a space of fear within us. And so it is really recognizing, where are those exits? What are those exits? And in truth, what are we scared of? What are we truly scared of at our core? Not this surface level. Oh, I'm scared of, the bullshit, really getting to the core, to the true core. And then really looking at, where are you truly engaging in all your relationships? But more than even just your external relationships, where are you not fully in the relationship with yourself? And I want you to really, truly try to kind of split yourself, almost like dissociative personality disorder. Really just like split yourself and go, where am I really not creating this entity of relationship with myself? Because again, there's 3 parts to a relationship. There's you, there is me, and then there's this third entity. We can do the same within ourselves. We can go, there is my physical me body living in this world. There's my spirit body. And then there is this in-between. Okay? So are you cultivating that in-between? Are you cultivating that clear communication line with yourself? And then, more than even that, are you communicating and creating that cultivation line between you and Source and God, whatever? Are you really creating this third entity of a relationship? Because that's where the love goes. We can feel love within ourselves, and it can be stored within ourselves, and it can be stored within you. But the fact is, if it's not being communicated, if it's not being put into the entity of the relationship, then it's not. It's not that other person, thing, is not going to really feel that energy. It's going to be stored within you. And yes, we can go very energetic on this, but today we are really talking about the concrete relationship outside of this relationship with God. So are you making time for that? Are you opening truly to it? Are you avoiding your connection with spirit? Are you too busy or not present or making excuses? So look at truly today all your different levels of relationship, because if you're the only person in the relationship, or that other person is the only person in the relationship, then there's not really much of a love relationship. There is definitely not that piece of concrete relationship there. It could be a one-way street. It could be that there's just a lot of exiting going on. And so check yourself, check your relationships, and more than anything, look at where you yourself are exiting your relationship with Source and God. So let me know your thoughts on this. I would love to hear it. Thank you for everybody jumping on. There was a ton of people who jumped on today, so thank you. As a side note, I have an amazing one-day event happening on, I believe it is April 11th. I will put the link below when I get this all set later, but it is Live Big, Sex Fully. It is an amazing event. We are going to discuss and break down a 6-point pleasure plan. This is how to bring more pleasure into your life, into the bedroom. There are so many commonalities. How we sex is how we live is how we sex. And so I hear so often people coming to me as a sex and relationship coach going, please fix my bedroom. And I go, I have to fix your life. I have to fix your life. I have to fix how you're engaging in pieces of your life, and then I can fix your bedroom, and vice versa. People will go, I don't need to talk about sex. And I go, yes, you do. Yes, you do, because that is a mirror, just like our relationship with the divine is a mirror to our relationship with everybody else in our lives. Our sex is a mirror to our life, and our life a mirror to our sex. And so please join me. You can head over to my profile and check out that event. It is also at addisonbell.net. Get signed up. Do not miss this event. You will have 30 days afterwards to watch it if you sign up. However, it will not be for offer after the sign-up date. So please head over and check that out. Other than that, go grab the fire within. Have an amazing Saturday. And truly, go and fulfill yourself. Find the beauty in life today. All right, guys. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.